All right, in this video, we're gonna go through setting up your social channels. This should be the last one of this module. So this is the tactical for how you actually set up your bio and get it ready to go. So the platforms you're gonna wanna set it up for are Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. If you're gonna post on all five, get it set up there. You can also post short form videos on X and Threads, although those platforms don't reward short form in the same way, so I recommend just only sticking to these ones. As I mentioned, you don't have to post on every platform if you don't want to, but if they're giving you free reach, why not take the extra 5 minutes and post everywhere? That's kind of how I look at it. If you're determined to ignore me and you only want to post on a couple, definitely pick the ones where your IVA hangs out the most. You should know that based on the psychographic mapping that you did a little bit earlier in the positioning. Now, here's some general guidelines for how to set up your bio. You want to think of your bio like a landing page or a digital storefront. When you get a piece of content that blows up, it's going to drive thousands of strangers to click through to your profile to see who you are. Your goal is to convert as many of those people as possible and ideally get them to sign up to your email list, either through a link in bio or like a common activation in the video, which we'll go through. I'll explain a little bit later in the program why followers don't really matter. We kind of talked about this with the algorithm piece and the virality piece, but there are a few reasons why having a following does help you. The first is social proof, and this is usually binary. People tend not to buy from accounts that are below the "this is a scam" line. And conversely, they like to trust accounts typically by default that are above that line. This line varies from industry to industry, but typically anything over 10,000 followers is going to give you this like binary default trust social proof. So you really want to speed run to get to over that line. It'll just help you a ton. Not saying that will drive incremental views, but it's really helpful from a perception perspective. The second thing is legacy brand marketers still use followers as a proxy for how much they should pay you for brand deals. So if you are playing either games 1 or 2 and you care about media revenue, you need followers because that's one of the 3 pieces they use to evaluate what to pay you. So it is helpful from that sense. The third reason is signaling. When someone presses follow, it is a crude but helpful indicator that they do want to consume more of your stuff. Typically, a follow represents, wow, that video is so good, I don't want to miss the next one. So if followers are going up, more specifically, if you're able to look at how many followers gained from each post, that can be an actually more helpful than views metric to gauge if your content is working or not. And the last piece is automation. You can set up a ManyChat automation that automatically DMs someone once they follow you. Personally, I don't like using this because it feels a little predatory when you pop open a DM as soon as someone follows, but you could set this up as a way to open conversations. So for all 4 of those reasons, having followers up and getting followers can actually be helpful. Now, the reason why I mentioned that is because we're going to optimize your bio so that when people hit, they follow. I've got the template below that you should follow for your bio. It doesn't have to be perfect. Don't let this hold you up. I've changed my bio 100 times. Just get something up there. That's all you need to do for now. Use your name or an alias name for username, right? So typically people are like, what should I make my username? Make it a name or an alias name that sounds like a person's name. Don't use a brand name. Ideally, a username needs to be consistent across all platforms so people can find you everywhere, ideally. When you get a super fan, they're going to want to find you everywhere, so you want that searchability. When you make your profile, make it pleasant and joyful. If you can find a picture of you smiling, this is only going to help. Ideally, use the same profile picture across every account as well. If you need help changing the background, just use PFP Maker. This is a platform that allows you to upload the photo, switch the background to a solid color, super easy. Now, a lot of people ask, what should I make my bio? This is the easiest format that I've seen for bios. The first line is the topic you're talking about or how you can help the follower. So just write one line that perfectly aligns with the topic you're talking about. So for example, if you're a golf coach, you might say, I help new golfers break 80. Or if you're a marketing agency owner, you might say, I help startups earn more with paid ads. Make it clear, make it punchy, make it short, but clearly signal who you help and how. The second line is the credibility or proof that you have. Again, this is meant so that when people hit, they trust you and then they follow. So for the golf example, this could be professional caddy for 12 years. For the marketing agency example, this could be I'm a founder of Facebook ads agency, or we've helped 100 clients, or we've driven 60 million in revenue. Whatever the biggest, best proof you have, put it in the second line. And then the third line is going to be a CTA to the link in your profile. Typically, this link is going to be an evergreen lead magnet or a link tree or call booker or your landing page, right? Something where people can click. This link is going to get clicked a lot. So make sure you put something that you actually want people to go down. Now, we're going to get into why and how to build your email list from this link and from other links on the videos in the monetization module. But for now, just give somebody somewhere to go if they're interested. You could do something like grab my free guide for longer drives, like in the golf example, or free quiz auditing last month's ads, or work with me, book a call below, or comment to get my free guide. It could be any of those things. Whatever you think you have with respect to a destination you want them to go to, just put that link there and then write something to drive them to it. I'll help you optimize this in the one-on-one call. We'll make sure to dial this in. Don't worry about this too much now. It's kind of a distraction that I don't want you to get hung up on. Now, that's going to work for Instagram. For certain platforms, they don't actually give you a lot of real estate. YouTube and LinkedIn give you a lot of real estate that you can actually just copy my YouTube. If you just go to my YouTube, Callaway Marketing, so you open this up, you don't have to copy this word for word, but like here's a template you can use. The LinkedIn About also is similar, but for Instagram, you're going to use the strategy that I just said. Now for TikTok, they don't give you as many characters, so you're probably not going to be able to fit all 3 lines. I'd recommend just going with the first and third lines. Got to have the topic piece and then have a CTA. TikTok, you're going to have to verify as a business in order to have a link. If you don't have a link, just say DM me on Instagram is the easiest way to activate people on TikTok. Keep these bios to the point. The reality is people consume content because they want it to help them. Don't make the bio about you. Make it about how you're going to help them. That's the easiest tip, most valuable tip I can give. Now, here's a psychology of what happens when people hit the profile. They want to see that you talk about something they're interested in and that you have proof that you're credible enough to have a high signal to noise ratio when talking about that thing. These are the surfaces you have for proof. The number of followers, which you can't really control, the views on your pinned content, which you're not going to have any of at the beginning, the substance of the pinned content, which you're not going to be able to really control at the beginning because you don't have any videos, or the information in your bio. At the beginning, when you're starting out, all you have is the information in your bio. So try to put proof in your bio, especially on Instagram where you have real estate to do so. That's what I'd recommend. Now, for the link, like I said, I personally don't love link in bios because it's just another decision. But if you have a link in bio and you want to make that awesome, that's completely fine. I'd recommend a single link is easiest, but some people have link in bio or bit.ly links. It's completely fine. Here's a few good bio examples that you can model after. Just pause the video right now. Here's mine. Here's Oren's. Here's another one of mine. We got 4 more here. JT, this is Oren's old one. Here's Roberto's. Here's Hans Lori. You can freeze the video right now and copy these or go to anyone that you follow. The reason why I'm breezing through this is because I'm trying not to give light to things that don't matter. What's written in your bio word for word really doesn't move the needle. All you need to have is a smiley picture, a name that's clear, and the first line has to be what you talk about. If you have proof, use it. If you have a link, use it. We'll optimize this over time. That's all you need to do. We're really trying to sprint through this setup process so that we can get you posting as fast as possible because that's going to be the thing that actually moves the needle. I will help you iterate the bios if needed on the calls. Come to the group calls. I'll pull up your profile. I'll tell you what to change. It'll be no problem. So now we've arrived at positioning homework number 3. This is the last one of this module. Before moving on, I just want you to take 10 to 15 minutes and set up your channel bios across all of these channels where you plan on posting. If you're absolutely adamant that you're not going to post on all these, then don't worry. Don't worry about setting them up. But again, why not take the free traffic? This is the bio structure that I recommend. 1, 2, 3. Here's the link. For TikTok, you can't do all 3, so just do 1 and 3. For YouTube and LinkedIn, look at my Callaway Marketing channel on YouTube. And if you want, look at my Kane Callaway bio on LinkedIn. There's a lot more real estate, so it can be a little confusing for what to write. That's an easy way to model that after. All right, that's all you really need, and you've got your bios set up, and that's all I wanted to cover in this module. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a question, leave me a comment, ask the question on the group calls, and the next module, we're going to really start this loop of making videos. We're going to start with formats. I'm very excited for this. We'll see you guys in the next video. Keep going.